Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Mako Mermaids Season 2, Episode 1 through 13, which is a Netflix original show, but also a spin-off show of H2O Just Add Water. Now, I've watched all of H2O Just Add Water, really love the show. I watched it when it was on, like, 2007, and when Mako Mermaids premiered, I did a review for the first season, the first 13 episodes, and then the last 13 episodes. And now that season 2 is here, 2 years later, I am doing a review for season 2. I will say I was really excited to watch season 2 of Mako Mermaids. I was a little hesitant with the first season of Mako Mermaids because I loved H2O Just Add Water, and I loved it so much that I was like, oh, can they make a spin-off? Will I care about these mermaids that much? And through season 1, I really did care about the mermaids. It took maybe 5 episodes until like they started liking Zach. But once they did, I'm like, I like these mermaids. So season 2 comes rolling around. And I hear 2 of the mermaids have been replaced. So we have Lucy Fry's character that's not in the show anymore, and Nixie's not in the show anymore. So we have Serena still in the show, and obviously all the other supporting characters, and then 2 new mermaids, Ordina and Mimi. And again, like Mako Mermaid Season 1, I wasn't sure about these mermaids, but they totally grew on me. You know, I really like that they replaced the other 2 mermaids pretty well. It felt pretty organic through the show. They gave a, excuse why the other 2 mermaids weren't there. And I think Serena was a really interesting mermaid to keep. I think she kept, not the show grounded, but she kept that spirit of the first season of Mako Mermaids, and she had that most connection to the cast, I will say, because of David, the love interest. And then Lucy Fry's character would have made a love triangle with Evie, and I don't think it would have worked as well with the season 2 plot line that they have. So I really like the replacements of the 2 mermaids, and I think they did it pretty well. So I know that's probably the biggest elephant in the room right now, is talking about the 2 mermaids, because those were the 2 biggest changes here. And then what I like about Mako Mermaids in general from season 1 is that it's definitely more mythology heavy than H2O. But I will say this season had a lot of tones of H2O because Evie becomes a mermaid. And I will say that is my favorite plot line of season 2. And why I already watched season 2 twice is because of Evie's plot line. Something I loved about H2O is that it's kind of like the secret identity, living 2 worlds, just like the theme song, living 2 worlds type of story. And, the other mermaids, they are living 2 worlds, but it was the opposite, because they were mermaids first. So Evie brings in that element of what we have with H2O, where she's learning to be a mermaid, but she was a land person first. Yes, of course, Zach is that person too, but now maybe not so. I'll go to spoilers for that. Zach was always that person, but he was a merman, so it's completely different. So I think Evie brings that element that H2O had, and Evie's become a much better character. We learned a lot more about her and her family, and why she's so organized, I'll say. I think her organization and she likes sticking her nose into places a lot in season 1 was a bit annoying. I didn't love her character in season 1, but once she found out Zach's secret and that she was okay with Zach, she just developed a lot as a character. Now that she's a mermaid, I think it just made it made her character so much better. Learning about her father, her kind of accepting herself throughout the 13 episodes, her learning about magic. So Evie honestly was my favorite part of this season. Cam is also a really interesting character here too, because they don't just make up in the first episode. It takes a really long time for Zach and Cam to even have like a chat with each other. So that's something I really enjoyed that they did here in this season also, is what they did with Cam. And they're still not even good friends after 13 episodes. It's like he's gradually trying to help Evie instead, and trying to help, but also still being Cam of trying to help his friends, but at the same time having his own motives. I think it's a lot of fun because again, every character that maybe had some faults in season 1 developed so much with Evie and with Cam. And then we have new merman come into the story, which is Eric. And I like that you don't really know what to do with him at first. You don't really know if he's a villain or a hero. And it brings into more mythology of Mako Mermaids. So that's something I thought was a lot of fun with this season. Even though season 1 was so mythology heavy, it was Zach also learning, oh, well, this is what it means to be a mermaid. Now it's very merman heavy and learning more about the caves, which was something that was very interesting with season 1. Now going to a little bit of spoilers. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers for the season, here's spoiler portion. I really liked the last episode of this season, or this half of the season, because it brings Zach in an area that I didn't expect. So we learned that Zach and Mimi are actually brother and sister. So throughout the whole half of the season, you see that Mimi's connected to Zach in some way. It's like, oh, maybe they're like love interest or something, and they'll try to do the love triangle, which I don't want to see because Evie has become my favorite character of the show at this point. But yeah, so I thought it was like, oh, they have love interest or something, but they're actually brother and sister, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting twist. Especially with the casting of the parents, I was like, oh, you wouldn't expect Zach was adopted. So I'm excited to see what they do with this whole adoption story. I thought it was a really interesting twist, and also again makes Evie the only land person of this whole mermaid club. But yeah, I really like the mythology they did here, and it was just a really fun season. And again, I've already seen it twice. I really, really enjoyed this, and I think it was a big improvement from what we saw with season 1, which I actually really enjoyed season 1, but this has just gotten even better. And I'm excited to see if Carly and David will find out about the mermaids. I feel like by the end of the season, because we're going to get the next half of the season sometime. There's no date, but there is another half. So it's not just season 3. This is not just 13 episodes. There's another 13 episodes coming. I guess whenever Australia releases all 13 episodes there, we'll get the ones that we're supposed to here. I remember it was about like maybe a month or so last time, month or 2. So I think that's how long it'll take, maybe until like May. I have a feeling we'll get the next set of episodes. But yeah, overall, this was really epic, and I can't wait to see more of Mako Mermaids, and just a really great improvement, I think, from season 1. And again, season 1 was really good. Also, guys, if you want more chats of Mako Mermaids, this week on Comic Frontline for Media Madness, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, we're going to have a whole full podcast for Mako Mermaids talking about the whole season. So be sure to check out Media Madness, again, live 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. All for like a good hour, we're going to be talking about Mako Mermaids and really go in depth to the show. So I totally recommend this half of season 2. I can't wait to see where the show goes. Also very happy they didn't take Evie's powers away. I was really like anxious. I was like, oh no, they keep referencing that they're going to take her powers away. Hopefully that she stays a mermaid, because again, I think that's perfect for her character. But let me know in the comments below what you thought about this season, or this half of the season. Do you like the little twists and turns? Do you like the new mermaids? Do you like that Evie's getting a lot more development here? Let me know in the comments below. Also, do you think David and Carly are going to find out by the end of the season? Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.